Let's move it.
All right.
So this is the like after recording, after session
Right.
of the video because 1 hour of the video is just pure gameplay
You're
with
right.
no one talking at all.
Right.
Yeah. It's kind of not fair to. I don't think it's kind of fair to the creators. Just have a whole section of just gameplay.
Yeah, and I mean that game that did need a lot of focus. I mean, you couldn't just take your mind off of it and talk,
Yeah,
especially with these gamers.
yeah, it's parkour. Yeah, so we're just gonna be here talking throughout the video, I guess,
Yeah.
since we are just you and me are just kind of part of the most of the video, anyways.
Yep. Because yeah, everyone like literally just took off. Like
Yeah,
even
they're
Jeremiah, he like joined like later in the
middle
game.
kind of part, I think.
Yeah. So like the fact that he like was ahead of it, I thought he was behind, but
Yeah, they're gamers. They move.
yeah, it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to play these games with them because I mean, to be told, Jeremiah is one of those people who will sit back and help. But I guess today he was just kind of like trying to get the whole into the hold of the game.
Yeah,
So I don't blame him.
I mean, to be fair, that's kind of just how that game works. It's not really it's not really like a middle ground to meet up at, really.
Oh
Like there
right,
kind of
right.
is, but you just kind of keep going up and up and up. It's not really a place to reconnect.
Oh yeah, and I gotta say, one thing I did like about that game was the fact that like if you fall, you can like rewind yourself. Like
Yeah,
games happen like that all the time, and it's like very annoying that you like did all this work to get to a certain place and then you die off. It's
yeah,
like it's good to have that, checkpoint area or be able to rewind your
yeah,
actions and stuff like that. So that's pretty smart.
yeah. The base game is pretty forgiving, and also if you want to have like a challenge, you can just there's like people you can talk to disable it and get a reward for completing like going to a checkpoint without rewinding.
Right, definitely.
So that's it's really cool that they capitalized on that.
Yeah, and it's definitely a game to get used to because I know that when I was playing, I really didn't know what I was doing. I just knew I was hopping on stuff and I was kind of afraid that like something was going to like attack me and I was like I
It
don't know
is
how to defend myself.
it is like that, like Among Us, not what, like Minecraft. That like it's very open. Like the music's very atmospheric, and it just kind of feels like you're alone.
Yeah.
I do
Yeah.
like games like those.
Sorry, looks like we have
Kermit the Frog. Wish I was recording this.
Aiden always talking about Saturday.
I can just take a screenshot, I guess, of that and put it in the video.
Like, of course, Aiden has to show his excitement over everything, which is
Yeah,
not a bad thing. It's just it's like taking a kid to Disneyland after you've been to Disneyland like 500 times. It's like to them, it's like all exciting, but for you, it's like, if you've been to Disneyland before, you've seen it all.
yeah,
Like I've seen Saturdays come and go, and he's just all like, "Oh my gosh, it's Saturday," and I'm just like, "Yes, it's Saturday.
in
It
fact, it's Saturday.
happens every 7 days."
Crazy.
But anyway,
Yeah. One thing I did notice, I think I didn't say anything until like later, but but I noticed like
Mhm.
when you were moving, you paused it a little bit. I'm thinking, oh, he's using arrow keys.
Yeah, I did notice that too. I did notice that too. I well, I figured it was some kind. I figured it was some kind of error on my part.
Yeah, I think only Roblox has the capacity to use arrow keys actually,
Mm.
because it's just kind of like it is like it's for free, it's for kids, so like that's like Roblox is more of like the beginner game for
Right,
a lot of
right.
people.
Yeah,
Is
and I mean, like, I feel like arrow keys is like the number one go-to for control. Like, I think it's mostly because like that's what a lot of games use for control.
oh yeah, like free to like maybe like what's it called, browser games use arrow
Yeah.
keys, but like other than that, like games off of like actual like game stores, so, like all of them switch to WASD.
Oh yeah, yeah. Which is very interesting because as a left-hander gamer, it's like it doesn't come naturally for me to press those
Yeah,
letters, which
yeah.
you would think being a left-handed person, that would be an easy sitch.
I think there might be like a I don't know. You ever like saw those like mouses with like inverted for like left-handed people? I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think there. I don't know. Might be like a way for that. It's kind of inverted.
Oh yeah.
Like if it was like JIKL instead of WASD.
Yeah, and I mean like me, I think I would even be comfortable with like TFHV.
Yeah. It actually makes me wonder if there's a way to like change the controls.
You know, I'm sure there's not, but I'm sure that is something that they'll be working on in the future.
Yeah. I know like a couple of games that do have that much level control. I just don't know if it's Roblox that has it or not.
Mm.
Eh, probably not, to be honest, because they already have the arrow keys.
Which, you know, speaking of Roblox games, I gotta say, one thing I like about some games is how you can go from third person to first person.
Yeah,
I mean, it does help in a lot of ways.
yeah, that's true. Sometimes you just like more focus. Sometimes you just want to like see everything. So I do like first person probably a little bit more because you can just like it feels more like you're controlling it.
Yeah, and I mean, I myself, I like third person because I like to see like my whole environment. Because I feel like as first person, you don't know what's around you; you just know what's in front of you.
Yeah, that's actually kind of like why I like first person because it makes me physically look at an area.
Yeah,
Then I have to like like gather your surroundings. It kind of
yeah,
feels
it's
like you're
funny.
actually looking at a place.
Oh yeah, 'cause it's like funny because like if someone said "watch out," you have to like turn around to see it. Compared to if you're third person, you can just see it coming at you.
Yeah,
But yeah, people work in different aspects.
yeah, it's true. So I think it kind of like feels different when it's like you have the ability to use first person, third person, or you're just locked with first person or third person? Because like I don't think I like have. I feel like some games I would have that same reaction,
Yeah,
but not a lot of other games.
that's fair. That's fair.
I think I'd probably choose third person though, like
Yeah, I
in
gotta
general.
say, one thing that I had to remind myself playing this game is that how some of these movements were seemed impossible, but I had to keep reminding myself that other people have done this.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure the game creator has like mastered it to where it's like it's possible. It was just
Well,
always a question of how was it possible?
well, to be honest, most of it was possible with the WASD keys in the
Yeah.
mouse. I honestly don't
Okay.
know if they thought of that with the arrow keys.
Hmm. Very true. Very true.
Because I mean, with the that one trick where you go out and go back in,
Yeah.
I mean that's a pretty intermediate technique. I honestly don't think arrow keys alone could do it, especially not like consecutively.
Yeah, that's a very tricky trick
I
because that's fast paced.
Yeah, I think you had to go in first person just for that to actually be feasible.
Yeah, yeah, 'cause that's very fast paced. So it's like because for me, it's like I gotta think about what I'm going to press in order to do that. Because if I just went ahead and do it, I'd probably press the wrong thing.
Yeah,
And that's why I had to do a lot to it. I had to think, okay, what am I doing? What do I need to press? How quick do I need to do this?
yeah. I don't think it helps that the arrow keys are just kind of out of the way.
Yeah, very true.
It's kind of just. It feels like it. Like looking at the arrow keys, it does have like space, but it's like so at the bottom of the keyboard.
Yeah.
That just kind of
I feel like
becomes
for
weird.
I feel like for a right-handed person, it would be a little bit more easier, but for a left-handed person, it'd be a little complicated.
Yeah,
But
hmm.
dude, like, is there even an ending point to that game?
That probably is.
Okay,
So,
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
it's probably.
For the arrow keys, do you use your right hand or left hand?
The arrow keys, I would use my right hand.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm getting but what I'm doing is I'm trying to get used to like using my left hand for the WASD and then using my right hand for the mouse.
Yeah. I know it's yeah, it's like a learning curve a little bit.
Yeah, and you definitely got to like it's I mean it's basically like playing the piano. Like you definitely need to work your muscles,
Yeah.
your finger muscles.
Yeah. I don't remember how long it took me. All I know is I mean, I remember it was probably in a what are they called? Twisted Murder game. I think it was like 2
Oh man.
on Roblox. It's like I don't think anyone plays it anymore. It's really old. And it
Oh
was
yeah.
broken. Yeah.
Yeah. I forgot what that game was. Was it the one with the computers and stuff?
Oh no, that's something else. People play that.
Oh,
They don't play the game I'm talking about anymore. It's too old, I guess. And is I think it is just abandoned and broken right now. But I just remember like probably someone said, "Yeah, you can use your mouse. Just do the WSD." I'm like, "What? What? That's a thing?"
Yeah, very true, very true. But I'm assuming that at some point everybody kind of got. I want to say they got bored with it. I don't say they were done. I feel like they kind of got bored with it because
I mean, it is just like hours of content,
yeah,
so that makes sense.
yeah. For me, I wasn't gonna quit in the middle of the game. Like,
Mm,
let me at least finish this level before I call it quits.
yeah, I think for the next one, like if we're gonna do another game, it's probably gonna be
Mm-hmm.
like a little bit more in one place. That's the wrong thing. Okay,
Yeah.
guess less spacious. I'm thinking.
Which reminds me, um, I guess Caden is psyched about doing an escape room. I
Uh,
guess an escape room that you guys did.
oh yeah, it had another. It got another update like not too long ago.
Yeah. Because he brought it up randomly. Like he just I guess it like popped into his mind during a discussion.
Yeah,
So yeah, I'm sure I'll join for that one.
yeah. I guess if because it's only it's only a 4 player game too.
Right, right.
So if probably no
So
one else is on, it'd probably just be JW, me, you, and Kaden.
yeah. Because who was it before? It was you, Dom, Caden, and Jeremiah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So other than okay, what's going on?
Yeah, I guess it's funny. It's funny. You mentioned the word escape room, and everyone's like all static.
Yeah. So it's not lagging. So we could we could play samurai sword fighting. Could play crazy stairs. That might be something.
Crazy
Bloodfest.
serious.
Yeah, it actually doesn't. It's not what it sounds. It's actually really cool. It's like you get like power. You get you like jump on stairs, and then like because you did that, something happens. Like you either build a stair, you destroy a stair, you like move a stair like, in a direction.
Okay. Interesting. Okay.
Uh, maybe Monster Madness Survival, Marble Mania. Well, probably not Marble Mania. Nah. Dodgeball. Not Dodgeball. Wait. Other than that, maybe. Where is that?
Although dodgeball would be kind of interesting.
Yeah,
Why?
it's so broken. It's so abandoned now too.
Oh
So sad.
gosh.
What? Yeah, lab experiment. It's the one I want to do first. It's like really just enclosed kind of. You can like talk. It's like the peak.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's a lot of familiar, quote unquote, familiar games to play as well, like capture the flag or
Uh,
oh,
yeah. Maybe work at a pizza simulator. Maybe.
but Which I think is funny because I think a lot of the group is into tycoons for some odd reason.
I I I was I'm not was I still am into tycoons. Just kind of I've been so like into tycoons for so long that I'm just kind of sitting at like the better tycoons.
Mm. I mean, like
Because
I
I
played a tycoon, and it's like for one thing, it took me a while to even understand what in the world I was doing. But at some point, it was just like I'm kind of bored with this.
yeah,
Like,
it is just kind of you sit there and just watch money go up.
right,
But I don't know. It's just kind of something to focus on for me. And I kind of like, and I'm like interested in like seeing like what like the creator of the game's gonna like put there next. More than like,
yeah, these kind of games are for sure endless.
yeah, that's it's games like those just kind of like single player games that I like. Just kind of just do your own thing. It's about all the games we got. It's like a random, really good game somewhere that I could find somehow on the
I mean, there
Roblox.
are some like endless, endless player games as well.
Yeah, but it's like most of them are gonna be bad though.
Oh yeah,
Just like looking at the Roblox like charts. I guess we're gonna call it charts now. Most of it's just mind numbing,
yeah, but
especially
I can get that.
yeah, especially with the Soul RNG era, where it's just you sit there and like gamble pretty much.
Oh,
That's pretty much what it is. It's just gambling.
yeah, I have a feeling there might be one or two people who may not need to be on that.
Yeah, and there's 57K on that
Oh
right
no.
now. There's what's Loco Fisho, the Uno game.
Right. Oh yeah. Oh gosh.
Oh yeah, you guys played that some time ago.
Yeah, and I gotta say, like, that was that was annoying as crazy. Like the added rules to Uno nowadays is so unnecessary.
Yeah,
Like like it was. Like there was like you had to like there was something about like a seven card where you had to switch, and then there was like
yeah,
a specific card where if you got it and were the last one to respond, then you had to pick up cards. It was like you are not going to be able to get rid of any cards with all these extra rules.
yeah. I know the seven rule's been there for a long time. Sevens and zeros, like the zero makes everyone switch cards.
But and one thing I never understood was how people would want a 100 draw 100 card. Like truth be told, it's like yeah, they're not gonna win, but do you know how many weapons they have in their hand
Yeah,
because they have 100 cards? Like,
especially with
I,
the other rules combined.
yeah, I don't think anyone ever got that because like people would say like draw 50, draw 20, and they would just like play those repeatedly, and it's like, dude, do you know what you're doing by letting them draw? Yes, they don't have a chance of winning, but they have so many things to use against you.
Yeah,
So it's like it's really like a lost cause.
yeah, for real.
I mean, even like those deck of cards that have those blank slates, and like you can write your own rules. It's like yeah, the only creative thing people can do is be like draw cards until you get red, or draw. It's like just draw a card. It's like be creative with that. Like have them
Draw
cluck every time they have to use a red card, or have them, do something creative
like
with that,
uh,
or like skip three
draw
turns or something.
10 cards or do 20 push-ups.
Yeah, like be creative with that stuff, man.
Mhm. Have
But
you
yeah,
ever like
everyone loves that,
yeah, have you ever
you know.
played a game with like the blank cards?
Oh yeah, yeah. Like in fact, we were playing it during the ski trip,
Uh,
and I took a few of them and I just rewrote the rules and made them more creative.
yeah. Yeah, I don't think I ever played a game with those. I do have the like the reverse deck with like the purple, orange, pink cards like on the back of the Uno, the
But
cards.
I gotta say though, I think it's interesting how Uno only uses four colors,
Yeah,
but yet they'll represent so many different things.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I think one card that they probably should make um is like a card where, like, if you put down a weapon card, it bounces off the player who has to do it and bounces to like somebody else.
Do they have that? It's
I
like
think they do somewhere.
it's somewhere.
Yeah,
I
it's
think it's
somewhere. There's
somewhere.
so many different games.
Yeah, I think it's in like the like either one with like the bunnies or uh Rayman, the Rayman
Oh
version.
yeah, yeah. I'm sure it's somewhere.
Yeah.
Which reminds me, people have been playing Uno wrong for years because the thing is if you do not have the card that is played, so if you play a red, I do not have to keep drawing until I get a red. I just have to play one. I just have to pull one card, and that's my turn.
Yeah, that is how you're supposed to play, like unless you do like house rules to change it.
Yeah, which I'm like, I don't know why in the world anyone would want house rules, because truth be told, because like I've actually had a moment where I was drawing a whole bunch of cards trying to get one to match, and I was like, not only is this taking up, not only am I getting like a whole bunch of cards, this is like taking up everyone else's time. Like I'm sitting here drawing a card, trying to see if it's a red. It's not a red, and I have to draw another one. And like everyone's just waiting for me to play when it could be over and done with just one move.
Yeah, I think there. Hmm. I think in like the official Uno game, they make you draw one. It's either one or two. It probably was one actually. I don't remember.
Yeah, and then the whole entire like skip unless you're being unless be skipping till you unless you put a skip, or reverse unless you reverse it. Like that whole because what is that rule?
Stack.
It's the draw to multiple.
Yeah, it's stacking.
Yeah, I'm like, stacking is not a thing. That is a lie. Like, where in the world do people come up with this stuff?
Maybe like math class.
I guess so, cause I literally like, it's like, it's one thing that like someone learned about it, but then it's like you play it different times, and like every time you play, that's part of the rules. It's like how in the world did a made up rule pass on to so many people?
Yeah. I guess it's probably just like culture. I don't know. I mean, that kind of like goes into like how the world works. Because it's just like a lot of stuff that like gets lost in translation.
Every time, man. I'm telling you, every single time. No doubt.
Like in like movies and stuff where people like everyone collectively forgets the line and thinks it's something else.
Which, by the way, recall me on who was all in that game that we played. It was me, you,
Uh, uh,
Caden,
there you go.
Jeremiah,
And Dom.
and Dom. Okay.
Yeah, that's Dom.
So, yeah, Jaden said that she wanted to be a part of it, but she couldn't, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
If she was, then we wouldn't have played that game.
Right, right. That's what it was. That's what happened. I remember that now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a very bold move.
Mm. But that's all right. That game was pretty good. Still.
Yeah, which I mean, is it saved on one person or is it saved for all of us?
One person. You don't like share like checkpoints or anything.
Okay. I was just curious.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like I think like every part of it is like pretty much single player except for the double jump.
Hmm. Oh yeah. Double jump. I nearly forgot about that. It took me forever to realize how.
Yeah.
I remember I was like jumping and I was trying to double jump, but it wouldn't let me. And I was so confused on why it wasn't. And like, you came up to me and I was able to double jump. Like, and at first I thought maybe I was just doing it wrong. But then like there was something on the screen that like implied like, hey, you can double jump. No, you can't. Yes, you can. And I was like, every time you come near me, that's what happens. And I was like, so then it was like, oh, so I need you around me to do a double jump.
Yeah.
And so
It
yeah,
just
it's a good thing. It's a good thing I realized that at some early point because later on, I definitely needed a lot.
yeah. Yeah, I just kind of like noticed, just looking at the wings, just like you glowing.
Which so hold on, so that would probably mean that Dom, Caden, and Jeremiah were pretty much working together.
Uh, I mean, either that or they just didn't do any special things because you can complete the entire game by yourself. But if you want to get like the the special echoes or stuff like that, you need other people.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say like either one of them was like on their own or they helped each other,
Yeah,
which I think Caden was with Dom because I remember him repeatedly saying like, Dom, I need you.
yeah. And I think there was a point in time where Jeremiah and Dom were together, and then Caden was by himself because I think he was talking about him being stuck at like a two-player level,
Oh yeah,
and they just kind of left. I guess they three were together. They just kind of left Caden.
yeah, yeah. It was an interesting game. I mean, it was almost like a playground.
Yeah,
But you know, one thing that was constantly going through my mind was because of how high up we were. I was always curious what would have happened if I didn't rewind.
yeah. He was just well, keep on.
Cause like I was like wondering, is this like a bottomless pit? Like how far up are we? Like I was very curious on like how long my falls were going to be.
Yeah, it is a pretty big game. Right? It's like can't like you just like at a certain point you can't even see the bottom.
Oh yeah, for real. I think I learned that in the beginning of the game. Cause like cause I remember I kept falling off stuff.
Yeah,
I think at some point the game was just like, oh yeah, you can rewind yourself on this, and I was like, oh. And I gotta say that, and it was
you're cutting out. I think.
oh I was just saying that like you
It,
basically had to pay for that. You basically had to pay for those rewinds.
oh yeah, they're the thing is though they're all over the place, so it's not even really that costly.
Yeah, I just remember like one minute I was on like 23, and then I would be perfectly fine going through it, and then like after like 2 minutes I would be at 130. So it was like, yeah, it was good for them to be around the way they were.
Yeah,
It's literally like that's what money is like. Like you get some, you use it, you're nearly out, and you just get some more.
yeah. I forget what I was gonna say. There's something about that.
Now that game, it did have stores, right?
Yeah, it had stores to buy stuff like colors, and there's a those like wisps.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right. I remember what I was gonna say. It was like we did skip like a really big portion by the end.
Oh, oh really?
Yeah, because since we were doing like two man, we went on a thing that can only be done with two people and like skipped like a big like a roundabout and just kind of skipped to the big tower thing by the end.
Oh yeah. Huh. I remember that was pretty that was a pretty long journey.
Yeah,
Cause just when I thought I was done with it, there was more to it.
yeah, that's true. Just like big and alone. Kind of interesting how like people can make like areas like that where it just kind of feels cold.
For real. For real, definitely for real.
Yeah,
Well, I will definitely say that that's only a game I will only play if if another person wants to play it.
yeah,
Like, I mean, you said earlier how, someone can play that game by themselves. I'm like, I truthfully think I would leave somebody,
yeah,
but I'll say that is not a game that I would just play willingly.
yeah. It is interesting to play alone because I did get like halfway, I think, like just
Hmm.
playing by myself before, uh, like some time ago, before inviting you guys there. It is probably like exactly how you would think it would feel,
Yeah.
but it's kind of like people for like people who want to just complete it like completionists.
Yeah.
Though at the same time, if you actually are a completionist, you want another person because that's the only way you can actually get everything.
Right. Definitely.
Though there is particularly, I guess, at least one wisp that could just negate that because I know Jeremiah had a wisp that just let him practically double jump on its own.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It was like the float one. Probably gonna check that out sometime.
Which I gotta say, when we started that game, I thought that all the areas where we were jumping and stuff, I thought that was just like a practice area. I thought we were like preparing for a game. I didn't know we were like already in. I didn't know we were already in the game. So it was like, basically like, hey, this is all set here so you can practice using your controls and everything. And then, hey, when Dom ran off, I kept thinking, okay, well,
Mm.
and then finding out he kept being ahead.
Oh yeah,
This is the actual game.
yeah. Well, to be fair, it does have like a pretty decent learning curve up until like you go get your first wisp or thing. I think they're probably called like spirits or something.
Oh yeah, it's a very a very mysterical. I don't know how to, if I'm saying this right, but it's a very mystical game.
Yeah,
It's very like it seems like it has like a lot of magic and a lot of fantasy involved with it.
yeah. There is lore somewhere. I'm pretty sure. Just kind of like find it, I guess.
So it's like playing it is like being on another planet and being a whole different species.
Yeah,
I mean, just by looking at it, you don't even think that you're playing Roblox.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's like that level of like character manipulation. I like. Like I don't like to like make it like overly human, but just kind of change it. Like
Yeah.
that's cool because I know like Roblox is more uh, suggesting to
Uh
like
huh.
change the avatar from the original. Like Roblox
Exactly.
has a company. It's like alright to
Exactly.
like change it, but it's like they want to make it more humanoid. It's like like there's no need to do that.
Very true. Very true. Now I gotta say this. I gotta say, so this new game that everyone's interested in, Dead by Daylight. I've been hearing a lot of. I don't want to call them complaints, but I'm hearing a lot of things about it where it's like seems a little flawed.
Yeah, I think complaints would be a word for that. It's
Yeah.
I've probably maybe like around high school like saw a lot of it like through a YouTuber.
Yeah.
So I thought it is flawed. So that's why I haven't actually gotten it
Right.
because like I know there's not a lot for me to get out of that.
Yeah, and I mean the reason I haven't played it is because it's funny because it's not graphic, but it is graphic. Like I've seen like the monsters like rip, quote unquote, rip people's heads off and like tear them to shreds and stuff, but it's not gory like that.
Yeah,
Like you see the monster snap at their head, but it's like their head is still there. It's that whole entire stick them to the hook thing that kind of gets me because like in my head I just imagine a real person being hooked like that and then like and it's like how high they are, I feel like it would be hard to lift them up and get their body off the hook. And so I just constantly imagine them like pulling them down and then the hook is just gonna rip their flesh. And it's like that's an uncomfortable thought.
yeah,
That's an that's a very awkward thought to think of. And then like especially when like the monster like slays them, it's like you can hear like sounds of like you can hear plops and gush sounds that's
yeah,
like makes it sound like they're bleeding or something. It's like it's not gory, but then on the other hand, you can't help but resist the gory thought.
uh, I don't know. I just don't really like connect with it. I don't think I
Yeah.
like really connect with media like that. Really, to be honest. But
Yeah, I can definitely understand that.
yeah, it's just like, I mean, it happened. Uh, it's like in Mortal Kombat, like they do like a lot of that. It's like
Yeah, that's very interesting because I have played Mortal Kombat and like yeah, they'll like it's basically just like that. Like you'll see them slash, slay, and everything, and then it's like nothing has happened to them. They have no scars.
yeah,
Like so, I, but it's like, but it's funny because like I'll sit there and play Mortal Kombat before I play Dead by Daylight.
yeah, because it's more of a horror aspect than just like fighting.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't really play horror games to begin with, so
understand. I mean, do you believe that it takes maturity to play those kind of games?
Uh, More like either like a resistance or like an attraction to the game.
Mm,
Either like you can handle it, or just like that's just stuff you like to play.
very true. Very true. Which,
I mean, like
like,
I more or less like I can handle it, but it's like I don't really care for those games.
right. I mean, like, apparently, like, a lot of people can quote unquote handle it. It's like, but it's like, but it's of the question of, are you handling it well?
Yeah,
Because, like me, I can play Grand Theft Auto, but the question is handling because at some point it's like, I think I
cutting out a little bit.
sorry, yeah, I was deep in, um, yeah, I was just saying how like I it's a question on what do you mean by you can
Yeah,
like when you say you can handle it. I mean, what exactly does that mean? Because it's like I can play Grand Theft Auto, but then it's like everything everything seems like a death wish,
yeah,
you know. And it's like it's just so it's really just in the question of what exactly are you handling? Are you handling your urge to like notify that this is not real, this is fake? Are you able to handle the fact that you're killing people without being scared or affected or any way? So because like I feel like a lot of kids can quote unquote handle it
yeah. Or
because
like
like
I
I mean
mean,
like
I feel like it like in like the topic of it makes you like cringe or
yeah,
like regret. Like
yeah,
if you can handle that.
yeah, which I mean like kids are all, I mean kids will play like a simple game, like they'll play like a Mario game, beat up a plant or something and be like, yeah, I totally killed it. It's like, well, you didn't kill it, you destroyed it. But
You
it's
made it.
like,
You made the sprite in the game disappear.
yeah, but it's like, they'll identify that as a kill, and it's like, it's not necessarily a kill. It's just, you destroyed it. So when they like play a Grand Theft Auto game, it's like it's the same. It's to them, it's like the same thing. You know, a destroy is a kill. It just looks different.
Yeah,
But as for Roblox, I will say, well, no, there's not. There's no specific game that I'm interested in per se.
yeah,
Like like I'll play a game. I'll play a game. Just play a game.
yeah. That's true.
But I will say those obstacles were like if you hit a certain area, you die and have to start from a certain point. Those are the kind of games that I would like to avoid the most.
Yeah. Well,
Just because, just because it's like taking a walk with your little sibling who walks slow. It's like the fact that you gotta pause, the fact that you gotta wait for
Yeah.
anyone. It's like
Gotta
another,
identify what's gonna kill you, how to avoid it.
yeah. It's like it's a hassle. It's a hassle to know that hey, you're the one holding up everybody from their game, and even though they're like it's okay, you still have that thought of well, yeah, I thank you for like waiting on me, but because of me, you're holding back your time.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like those games are just kind of they're not really fast paced, so it's not really a reason to go like real fast.
Oh yeah, but it reminds me we were playing a game, and it was a very awkward game because we were playing it together, but apparently everything in the game was only set on your proportion. So it was like if you if one of your friends found an item, it's like they would go up to it and pick it up and have it, but yet you could also pick up that item too because it was right there.
Yeah.
So it was like we were like we were running away from this character, and I just clearly remember at the end of the game, Jeremiah was like, "I'm done," and Caden was like, "I'm done," and I was like still being chased, Granny, and I'm like, so this is a one for all here,
Yeah.
but it's like you have to finish the game.
It's like quick go up. I mean, you can like
Yeah,
tell people where they are, but it's like you're just on your own, really.
yeah. It's like you're all in the same area, but yet you're in your own area.
Yeah. I just remembered another game, but like Survive the Circle, or like things like there's like a disaster and we try to avoid it, like survive the disasters.
Oh yeah, yeah. Those natural disaster games, I can survive some of those,
Yeah.
but it's so upsetting when you try to stay alive, but then something defeats you anyway.
Yeah.
Like there were multiple times when I would try to survive something just by hiding under something, and it would still get me.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta like know specifically like what's gonna get you,
Oh yeah,
or just kind of like have a
yeah.
general idea like what it probably means.
There was another game. There was another game that we played. Was kind of like that, but I think you were kind of in your own area. You were kind of in your own area, and I barely remember it, but it was like you could you could try to survive stuff, and it was like it was kind of like Squid Games. Let me just say that it was kind of like Squid Games. It was like you had to do all that you could do surviving what came your way, and it's like that game took forever.
Is it like if you died, you're like in like out of the area?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's pretty much what the lab experiment is. Like you're in your own like square, and you can like
yeah,
visit other squares, And if you die, the square that you own disappears.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Cause like there were like so many different ways of dying. I think there was also like a point where it's like different reactions happen to different people.
Yeah, that's how that works. Though on the lab experiment about a game pass, so it's like I can just like control how like the disasters work. I'm pretty sure.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Which I gotta say, that was always a bummer about Roblox was like they were always power ups for any game that you play. Any game that you play, there was a power up, but you had to buy that power up. So it was like, and that's what a lot of games have come to now. It's like in order for you to really enjoy it like you want to, you have to not only buy the game, buy parts.
Yeah.
And it's like it's funny to me how like nobody is complaining like we don't have to do that with we didn't have to do that with Mario. If you wanted something, you
Well,
just
it's
continue
well to be
playing.
fair, like things like Mario, like you pay to actually have the game, unlike these where they're free to play.
Right. And it was just weird to me that like everybody accepted that. Like nobody was gonna say, I'm not gonna play this game because they basically want me to pay more than what I've already paid for to even get this game.
Uh, Roblox.
That's what nearly any game now.
Oh, you mean like
I mean
yeah, yeah,
I
like
mean a, I mean
DLCs.
a lot of Xbox games have that. Roblox being included. Because I know that multiverse,
Oh,
it's like in order for you to like switch characters or have specific things, you have to actually buy that.
yeah,
because like
it's
because like
just
there's certain material you have to purchase it with, but to get the material, one way you can do that is you have to buy it.
yeah, it's just things low with like games where you don't where it's like free to play or like it's like a really low entry to play because they have to actually have revenue somehow. And like other games, though, it usually is like you get the entire game, and it's
Yeah.
like the other stuff is like for customization, unless it's like a free to play game.
Oh
Then
yeah.
they'll give you like extra ways to like more access early on.
Right. Definitely. Definitely. And then it's like if you're one of those people who just play the game and like don't purchase anything, well then you like in a way you stand out because like you play against somebody else and they have like so much more quote unquote experience because they've purchased so many things. So it kind of makes you look like I don't know. It's like you kind of look like a poor person. It's like this kind of sort of thing happens when you go to school. Like, you wear your favorite clothes to school, and it's like compared to these other students who have jewelry and expensive things, it's like they get the most attention from everybody because they basically bought your attention.
Yeah, it's just like business. Like business kind of just like it's just invaded
Oh yeah.
gaming space.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I mean, it's not entirely like a bad thing, but it's just
Oh,
I mean, it just happen.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing. It's just it's something that you can't help avoid noticing.
Yeah.
What in the world is this? Jeremiah just put some kind of GIF. What is this?
It's oh it's Fire Wind Ice. Is that the band? I don't think that's the band name. September. Because it's. Do you remember the something of September?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the 21st, right? The 21st night of September is the 21st right now.
Huh.
So it's
Oh, wow. Okay. Wow. I just wrapped my finger around it. Okay. Yes.
Earth, Wind, Fire. I remember now. Fire, Wind, Ice.
Yeah. I just wrapped my finger around it. I get that now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think we're good.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, we're good. It was like an hour. It was pretty much just an hour, pretty much. And we
All
got
right. Well, that's good.
yeah, we got an hour and 9 minutes.
Oh, sweet. It's crazy how long a conversation can go.
Yeah.
In fact, I feel like a conversation lasts longer than a text message.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, if you just like ignore the time it takes, sometimes.
Right.
Yeah.
So what do you got going on today?